Okay, today's I think it's the 22nd of October, maybe the 23rd. I can't keep track of it. So this is going to be something a little educational. Um, so this is my raised pond. It's about 4 feet, 3.5 feet off the ground with landscaping timbers. It holds 8,000 gallons of water. I typically drain it every year. I throw a handful of fish in there and I keep turtles in there. I drain it every year and then I clean it out. And but this year, late in the season, I ended up with a leak. And you know, it drives you crazy. How do you find a leak in something this big? Well, this is just for me, okay? So what happened is I have water that was seeping ever so slowly out of here. And it would run all the way up there, all the way down. So I knew the leak was somewhere towards the bottom. So anyway, so I come over here and I noticed that I had a little wet ground down here at the bottom here, a little bit. And so anyway, as I do my thing, I go in here to clean things. Let's go, and I want to show you my little diagnostic thing. Drove me a little crazy today. So, all right. So basically, the bottom timber is about here, where that, when I showed you the outside and I was leaking. So it's about here, right? So when you realize that you got all this water pressure pushing this down, water is going to leak up, you know, it's going to push forward, and it's going to, you figure it's going to be leaking somewhere along that whole stream. And considering it would be wet from down there all the way there, you know. So I scrubbed this thing like an SOB. Now, here's what I've learned in the past. What happens, and this is why you have to have pest control in your yard, okay? Mice will get underneath here from the timbers, and they will get in between. They'll get in and they'll squeeze in, and they decide, well, you know what, I'm just going to chew a hole somewhere. And so I'm looking in these folds because I had that happen before, but it was a big hole. So I was scrubbing this thing with a brush, and then a sponge, and then a rag, and I was starting to lose my mind. So as I was losing, I said, okay, Lord, I need your help here, because humanly I can't do this. I have no idea what to do. So, and you may think I'm crazy, but about 15 minutes later, the Lord says, hey, go over here. Look, go over in this spot and look. You know, I hear, you know, just as a little voice is telling me, look over here. Oh, come on. Look at this little tiny hole. Do you see this? Look at that little hole. And once again, it's in a fold. One of those little jerks got in there. Yeah, let's see if we can get in there better. I'm sorry about the quality of this. Look at that little hole. Right there. A little hole in the fold. It ain't much bigger than a pinhead. Drives me crazy. So I gotta go patch that up. And see, there was a bigger hole here at one time because the freaking mice got in there underneath there. And then had to patch that hole there. Had to patch here. So anyway, thought you'd find that of interest. So now I know where that is. I know what to do. I got honeybees looking for water. And so, as long as I got you here, might as well look at some other things. This might be the last year I keep aquatic turtles. And this is the nesting area for them. I keep all this here. And so I go through it by hand. And look at all the eggs. See all the eggs? All infertile. None of them are any good. When they collapse on themselves like that, no good. And I could tell that just there's nothing in there. So, I can tell there's nothing in there. Forgive me for being off center with the camera. It's kind of hard for me to see. So, all right. So, I'm just closing up everything for the winter. And Martin houses are down. Yeah. So, and then before I let everybody go, there we have 2 female map turtles. And I found the perfect place where they can go live in the wild next year. So I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm going to put them away for the winter, and in spring they can go off into a very nice wet backwater area of a river where they can spend the rest of their life. So, all right, so let me go finish this up, and until next time.